Well, it's time for a return to MGK. This is actually his debut, and we're definitely going to talk about it. So this is Lace Up, and this is the entrance to Machine Gun Kelly. So probably, if you want more, there is mixtapes I think he did drop, but this was his first album, and I like the kind of bits about the album that weren't forced, but there was a lot of the record that felt as if it was just too much fluff and too much um, superficialness. So what I found with the album is it's decent. He's got some good features. He knows the right crowd to hook up with, but it leaves you wanting more, but it does it in a bad way. In a good way would be 10 to 12 to 14 good songs, and you're just itching for more. But there's only like a good 5 or 6 songs out of 13 that are good, and it just leaves you, well, he knows halfway what you want, but it just doesn't quite fill the whole picture. So that was the general weakness of Lace Up, but we'll talk about that more. So you can smoke to this, and I feel in a lot of ways there's some really good songs. Wild Boy, Demons, Edge of Destruction, and Stereo are all some real smooth smoking songs to go for. The production, it's handled rather well, but I will say that for some reason they were trying to tout this guy as a new commercial rapper, and I just can't really picture the idea they had planned for him, because his thing is he raps, he has like bullet fast raps, but outside of this character, it just, you question what direction he was supposed to go in. So, you think, well, he's a cross between Twista, Bone Thugs, and Eminem, and that just is kind of a strange option, just because I don't think the label knew what to do. So, I mean, obviously this is a new sound, and it's a breath of fresh air in a lot of ways, just because there's not a lot of white rappers at the time who were like Eminem, but just a little bit more gritty. So I felt like 2011-12 was a great moment for this, but unfortunately, they really tried to clean up his image, and that's where the weakness show. And you'll see that in a good good portion of the songs. So the unheard songs, these are the 5 songs that I liked and you don't want to miss. Wild Boy, Stereo, Demons, Edge of Destruction, and Invincible. All of these songs are going to feel a little bit different. You're going to find Waka, you're going to find Tech Nine, Twista, DMX. These are some slicker people compared to some of the other songs on the album. There were a couple almost songs. Lace Up with Lil Jon was close, but I felt like they just didn't push the beat in the right places. I know you don't want to get sick of the beat, but I found myself wanting to hear more of the beat, and it just, it kind of ruins it when you don't get that. It should be, the opposite of the perspective that it is. You should, you want too much instead of too less. So that's the same weakness of the second song, What I Do. Both of these, I mean, these are almost songs. I'm going to give them to them just because I liked where they were going, but they just kind of ran out of steam. I think you'll notice that it's not as good as it could have been. So that would make it 7 out of 13, which would probably be about a 6. I'd say pretty much that'd be like a 6 out of 10. But, I do recommend this release despite the fact that I like less than half of the songs. And 6.5 out of 13 would be it. So I'm going to give this album a 4.5 out of 10. I guess I could give it a 5 just because of the almost songs. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. and just to understand that, you know, a good half the album is good, but most people are probably gonna get sick of these um, attempts at being commercial. And you know, this came from Bad Boy, and it was just a real odd period because rap was, you know, there weren't that many leaders. You know, you had Drake and people like that, but there just weren't um, people to step up to the plate in 2012. So it just felt eerie to try to push this guy when, you know, that's not his style. So he's got an album coming out next month in October, and I'm pretty excited for it. There's another album coming out in October that I want, but I don't remember. It's on Strange Music, but I think it's Prozac. But so the social score, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I guess I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10 because he does have a cult following, and I feel like people are gonna like him. So, you know, he's got some good crowds. He's got Lil Jon, who's a crowd favorite. He's got DMX, who's another one. Tech Nine, you know, so he's got the noisemakers, the energetic ones, but this is kind of a little bit dicey. So can it be topped? Yes, but it's still a good debut just because it leaves you wanting more, which is the best thing about it. And he doesn't slip on the good songs. So it's kind of like there wasn't enough to go around. So subscribe for more fun. I give this album a 5 out of 10 and a 6.5 social.